Good evening and welcome to Sunset News this Wednesday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather and sports. I am Diana Master. In the news tonight, Namibia's road infrastructure is facing a deepening funding crisis, with the Road Fund Administration confirming a 4.5 billion Namibian dollar shortfall that threatens the sustainability of the national network. RFA Chief Executive Ali Ipinge on Tuesday told Namibian Sun the situation reflects a continued historical trend of suboptimal funding levels, warning that urgent reforms are needed to protect Namibia's roads. Due to revenue constraints, the RFA was only able to allocate 3.7 billion Namibian dollars, resulting in a funding shortfall of 4.5 billion Namibian dollars, he wrote in an email. Consequently, only 45% of total funding needs could be met, underscoring the urgency for alternative financing mechanism and strengthened stakeholder collaboration to preserve the national road network, he stated. For the 2025-2026 financial year, which started on the 1st of April of 2025 and ends on the 31st of March of 2026, approved authorities submitted a consolidated funding requirement of 8.2 billion Namibian dollars, of which the Roads Authority accounted for 6.2 billion Namibian dollars, 72.6%. However, due to revenue constraints, the RFA could allocate only 3.7 billion Namibian dollars, covering less than half of the country's needs. The RFA's income is primarily derived from the road user charges, which fund the maintenance and rehabilitation of Namibia's roads. The fuel levy charged on every litre of petrol and diesel sold remains the main source of revenue and is paid directly by fuel wholesalers to the fund. To support revenue growth and narrow the gap, the RFA has periodic reviews and adjusts changes. In the 2024-2025 financial year, tariff increases included a fuel levy hike of 45 cents per litre, a 20% increase in cross-border mass distance and abnormal load fees, and a 10% rise in road carrier permits. Vehicle registration fees remained unchanged. The fuel levy was raised by 25 cents per litre on the 2nd of October 2024 and by 20 cents per litre on the 5th of March 2025, bringing it to $2.43 per litre. Now, total revenue is projected to surpass 4.2 billion Namibian dollars by financial year 2026-2027. Despite these adjustments, Ipinge warned that maintenance and rehabilitation remain severely underfunded, leading to gradual road deterioration. Hundreds of Namibian students who attended Constantia Private School remain without their certificates of completion nearly 2 years after the school reportedly shut down. The controversy has deepened after it emerged that the school's principal, Amanda Moresh, has disappeared, leaving parents searching for both her and answers about the missing qualifications. Constantia Private School, once operating as a Cambridge-aligned private institution, reportedly ceased operations in 2023 after years of administrative turmoil. Parents say Moresh had promised that students would receive certificates through an American institution, AIU High School, but those certificates were never delivered. The Namibian Sun has established that the former Constantia premises in Windhoek are now occupied by Platonic Academy, which moved in early 2024. The new tenant stated that they have no connection to the defunct school and were unaware of the ongoing dispute involving its former students and parents. Frustrated parents have since opened criminal cases against Moresh, accusing her of misrepresentation and misuse of school funds. They claim the collected payments for certificates that were never processed through AIU High School in the United States. Several parents have reported that they have been unable to trace her since late 2023, despite visiting her last known addresses and contacting former colleagues. A parent revealed that after contacting AIU, the institution revealed to them that Constantia School had failed to make payments for the certification. Several efforts to track down Amanda Moresh proved futile, leaving many parents and former students without further hope. The Rundu Town Council is struggling to deliver basic services as residents' unpaid bills have ballooned to over 588 million Namibian dollars, according to Chief Executive Officer Olavi Nathaniel. In a telephone interview yesterday with Network Media Hub, Nathaniel said the town's financial sustainability is at risk because the majority of residents are not paying for municipal services, adding that this continues to undermine council's ability to settle its own debts and invest in infrastructure. The community debt grew to about 588 million Namibian dollars by June of 2025. Every year, our debt book increases by almost 500 million Namibian dollars, he was quoted as saying. The council itself owes over 300 million Namibian dollars to NamWater, Namibia's bulk water supplier, further deepening the town's financial pressure. Nathaniel explained that the council's main income streams include rates and taxes, occupational rights and informal settlements, and service charges for water and sanitation. In informal areas, the council has already approved a system to levy occupational rights, but we first need to do awareness and structure numbering before it starts, he said. However, the main obstacle, he added, is the culture of non-payment. The CEO said that road upgrades, street lighting, and sewer expansion projects have all slowed due to lack of funds. Nathaniel stressed that while other towns are improving because residents there honored their municipal obligations, Rundu's development remains constrained, adding that the council has explored partnerships for infrastructure investment, including with the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development and the Ministry of Mines and Energy. We electrified about 150 houses in Dama Extension 6 and we're working on new connections in Dama 5 and 7 as well as KSW 10 and 15, he said. Through the ministry, we are also bringing roads, water and sewer to peri-urban areas, but this is being done in phases. He added that the council's debt collection has been slow after its contract with the private debt collector ended up in court. We now have one person making calls to debtors, but that's not making a big difference, he said. In our next story, the University of Namibia proposed 850 million Namibian dollars for government-funded institution tuition, represents only the portion previously collected from student registration fees and other income. The full cost of running the university, including government contributions, is approximately 2.2 billion Namibian dollars, meaning the 850 million Namibian dollars is far from covering the total operational and academic costs required to maintain quality education. According to a statement issued by Simon Namesho, UNAM spokesperson, the proposed 850 million Namibian dollar budget does not cover student accommodation, meals or study materials. Namesho explained that the figure primarily replaces tuition and registration fees and covers teaching and learning costs, lecturer salaries, laboratories, ICT infrastructure, libraries, student advising and operational expenses such as security, electricity, cleaning and repairs. He emphasized that the most critical goal is maintaining academic and operational continuity so that removing tuition fees does not compromise educational quality or research capacity. Deputy Minister of Education Dino Balotti provided an update on the progress of the free education plan on Monday, but added that he could not share many details at this point, but that deliberations went well. Balotti said the ministry is eager and very close to sharing with the nation what has been decided and outlining the way forward. That brings us to the end of our top stories. Stick around after the break. We get into our community talk segment.
Life is unpredictable and one needs to be protected against any eventuality. Get Santam legal access from as little as 50 Namibian dollars a month for when you find yourself in need of legal representation due to civil cases, criminal prosecution, and family matters such as divorce, child maintenance, and custody. It also covers labor disputes, disciplinary hearings, and unfair dismissal or retrenchment. With Santam Legal Access, you'll receive free legal advice on almost every legal aspect, whether the specific matter is covered by your policy or not. For true peace of mind and legal protection when you need it most, call us on 061 292 8000. Santam. This is freedom.
Tonight in Community Talk, Lieutenant General Joseph Shikongo, Inspector General of the Namibian Police Force, addressed the Walvis Bay community during a community engagement meeting on the ongoing crime situation and the safety of residents. He urged community members to join hands with the police in combating crime. During the same meeting, Hilaria Hawanga, a Walvis Bay resident, raised concerns about police officers neglecting their duties and the lack of justice in her son's case. Hawanga lost her son 3 years ago despite despite numerous visits to the police station, no arrests have been made. In response to her plea for justice, Lieutenant General Joseph Shikongo called for immediate action. Hawanga's son reportedly died in 2022 after attending a friend's birthday party. She claims that 2 separate postmortems were conducted, both producing conflicting results, yet the case remains unresolved. Let's have a look.
Our engagement with the community really, my statement was really said already, is that when we engage the community, is to understand what are the challenges within the community. And also just to indicate that no matter how many police officers you are having, you cannot win crimes if there is no involvement of the community. Why I'm saying that? I'm saying this because crimes are committed within the community. Criminals that are committing crimes, they are from your houses. Yeah, they are from your houses. They live with you. Stolen goods that are stolen, they are sold to them within the community. And then they are also kept and hidden in the houses. So the criminals that we are talking about here are the criminals that our children, our sons and daughters, our brothers and sisters that are living with us. Do you agree? Yes. All right, if you agree with me, today
2022, going to birthday, friends invite him to the birthday. He didn't make it, he didn't come back home. The police come to my house, telling me my son passed away. I go to the police station, they hate me. They don't like to see me. I don't know, where can I go? He had 2 post-mortem. One say he died in the house. They he'd been beaten and died in the house. One say the car bumped him. 2 post-mortem. Later they exchanged it. I think and I hope by God maybe I can get the justice. Maybe I can get the justice for my son, because he died like that. He died like a dog. Even the dog, the owner can come and ask you where my dog is.
Commissioner Kupeba, the regional commander, Commissioner Ikuyu, I want to get a report of what happened. We find the CR number, a case of murder that happened about 3 years ago. Was there anyone arrested? What does the post-mortem telling us? And then we get to the bottom of it. So that we may make peace with the lot of results.
Stay with us after the break. We bring you the latest in economic news. Headlining our economic news tonight, the Ministry of Finance mobilized $306 million or 5.2 billion Namibian dollars to enable Namibia to avoid having to access a third Eurobond under what it described would be under unfavorable market conditions. This was stated by the Finance Minister Erika Shafuda earlier today following the successful redemption of a $750 million or 13 billion Namibian dollar Eurobond obligation that was due this month. She said Namibia had followed a prudent debt management strategy to ensure it was able to meet the obligations. To bridge the remaining gap of $306 million, we issued a request for proposal to local commercial banks. I am pleased to announce that the response was robust and competitive. The following institutions were awarded participation: Standard Bank, a value of 3 billion Namibian dollars, FNB, a value of 1.5 billion Namibian dollars, and Bank Windhoek, in partnership with Absa, COMESA, a value of 1.5 billion Namibian dollars, Shafuda said. The strategy allowed us to avoid re-entering the Eurobond market under unfavorable global conditions. It preserved our foreign reserves, reduced exchange rate exposure, and reinforced investor confidence in Namibia's creditworthiness, she added. The strategy further protected Namibia against currency fluctuations, as well as 85% of Namibia's debt is now held in South African rands. The redemption of the bond now meant that the government's foreign reserves would decline slightly. Let's have a look.
As of now, following the redemption of the Eurobond, the overall government debt portfolio is expected to reflect a ratio of 85 to 15. That is to say, 85 in favor of the domestic market and 15% in terms of the international markets. It's also important to note that approximately 90% of the foreign debt is denominated in ZAR, South African rand, right? This strategic positioning contributes to an overall government debt portfolio that is 99% protected from the exchange rate risks. Very important news, right? Okay, to the esteemed citizens of Namibia, this significant achievement is a testament again to your unwavering resilience, dedication, and confidence in our common vision.
Chinese ambassador to Namibia Zhao Weiping says Namibia's aspirations for industrialization, modernization, and value addition are crucial for the country's economy. He said the Chinese government supports its enterprises in paying special attention to Namibia's calls for local benefication and value addition. We fully support that, Zhao said at a press conference on Wednesday, adding that over time, more Chinese companies are expected to move in that direction.
Government. I want to emphasize, we fully understand your aspiration for your industrialization and modernization, and of course value addition, that's very important for your economy. The Chinese government supports our enterprises to also pay special attention to your voices in local beneficiation and also value addition. We fully support that. So I think as time goes by, you may see more Chinese companies will act in that direction. So that's the first point I want to mention.
Now let's take a look at the economic indicators. The Namibian dollar trades at 22.75 to the British pound, 19.88 to the euro, 17.14 against the US dollar, and 2 Namibian dollars and 42 cents buys you 1 Chinese yuan. All commodities are down, save for copper, which is at an upturn of 0.16%, now trading at $5.12 per pound. Stay with us after the break. We bring you the latest in international news, and tonight, Burkina Faso lawmakers have approved an independent electoral commission dissolution. More on this after the break. Headlining our international news, Burkina Faso's Transitional Legislative Assembly on Tuesday approved the dissolution of the country's Independent National Electoral Commission, which has been in place for more than 20 years. This formalizes a bill adopted in July by the country's military rulers, led by Captain Ibrahim Traoré. The junta had described the commission as a waste of money and susceptible to what it said was foreign influence. Under the new law, the Ministry of Territorial Administration will now be in charge charge of organizing elections. When it seized power in September of 2022, the military promised to restore a civilian government within 21 months. But in May last year, the junta extended the period of transition by 5 years and announced that Traoré would be allowed to contest the next presidential election. The military leaders have reduced ties with Western countries, including former colonial power France, and forged a closer strategic and economic partnership with Russia. Let's take a look at the weather predictions. Rundu can expect some showers and maximum temperatures of 31 degrees Celsius, minimum temperatures of 20 degrees Celsius. Here in Windhoek, partly cloudy conditions are expected. Minimum temperatures will be at 18 degrees Celsius and the maximum temperature will be at 33 degrees Celsius. Over at the coast, Walvis Bay is bright and sunny with maximum temperatures expected to hit as high as 19 degrees Celsius and to drop to just 13 degrees Celsius. In Ariamsvlei as well, bright and clear skies with maximum temperatures getting to a scorching 37 degrees Celsius and minimum temperatures at 20 degrees Celsius. Tonight in sports news, the Namibia Sports Awards nominees list is officially out. Let's have a look.
Coach of the Year, Hans du Toit, Namibia Cycling Federation, Naomi Schmidt, Namibia Paralympic Committee, Yanis Tergadis, Namibia Aquatic Sports Federation. Federation of the Year, Namibia Aquatic Sports Federation, Cricket Namibia, Namibia Hockey Union. Professional Athlete of the Year in the Diaspora, Dion Hoto, Namibia Football Association, Vera Losa, Namibia Cycling Federation, Peter Shalulile, Namibia Football Association. Sport Team of the Year, Deb Marine Dessa Jules, Netball Namibia, Open Water Swimming, Namibia Aquatic Sports Federation, Namibia Senior Women Indoor Hockey National Team, Namibia Hockey Union. Sportman of the Year with a Disability, Anania Shikongo, Namibia National Paralympic Committee, Elifas Ngikevali, Disability Sport Namibia. Sportwoman of the Year with a Disability, Johanna Benson, Namibia National Paralympic Committee, Selma Usiku, Disability Sport Namibia, Vishitwaye Master, Disability Sport Namibia. Sportmen of the Year, Delano Mula, Namibia Kickboxing Federation, Jura Kraft, Namibia Volleyball Federation, Philippus Nitumbwa, Namibia Boxing and Wrestling Control Board. Sportwoman of the Year, Emilia Ekanjo, Namibia Gymnastics Federation, Monica Gomasis, Netball Namibia, Vera Losa, Namibia Cycling Federation. Sports Star of the Year, Jonathan Kasheta, Namibia Boxing and Wrestling Control Board, Philippus Ngitumbwa, Namibia Boxing and Wrestling Control Board, Jeromius Roy, Namibia National Paralympic Committee.
And with that, we have come to the end of the broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook on all the NMH platforms as well as on our website 102.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25 every Monday through to Thursday from 7:30 to 8 p.m. I am Diana Master and this has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.